Hello! Welcome back to another stream. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Smash the likes up, man. Smash the likes up. Make sure you guys are subscribed as well if you're new. Today is the day. Well, today has been the day that we've got the squad news for tomorrow's game. I can't believe City are on tomorrow. Like, I actually can't believe it, chat. I'm so buzzing. I'm actually so buzzing that City are back, man. I can't even lie. Let's do some shout-outs, man. Big up to Bryson. Oscar Bob the Goat says, LB, stop singing. It made my ears hurt. Big up to Moaz Wandil. St. Saviour's, Bodan, Tyrese, Kenny, Landra, Ironman, Shy. Big up to Robble. Big up to Tyrese. Louise in the building. Big up Pablo. Big up AE. Big up the DMCO. Low Fat Molfat. Keshangu. Sherwin. Mojis. Letty. Shambles. Imran. Mustafa. Sam. Samir. Who else we got in here? Idradil, 4047, Marcel, Sayed, Michael, Asi, Evan, Rajiv. Hopefully I got everyone, man. But smash these likes up. Make sure you guys are subscribed. This is the day we've been waiting for. Is there any clues as to who might be leaving this football club? Because obviously we need a couple of players to leave. And, well, we need at least one player to leave. And today was the day that we thought we might get some interesting news as to who might be out the door, because today's the day that the squad has travelled to Palomero, yeah? And these guys are trying to tell us that, you know, basically, whoever's left out is getting sold. Unfortunately, like, to be honest with you, we've not really learned a great deal, to be honest with you. I'll be honest. I mean, if we bring up the squad, this is the squad list, boys. Where is it? It's down here somewhere. Here we go. So this is the squad list. Edison, Trafford, Lewis, Huzanov, Nunes, Diaz, Akanji, John Stones, Ake Aitnori, O'Reilly, Nico, that's Nico Gonzalez, Gundogan, Bernardo, Reinders, Mokasa, Cherky, Bob Savino, Mamouche, Haaland, Doku, right? So obviously Gundo's there, right? The players that are left out, James McAtee, well, to be honest with you, yeah, we kind of already knew this anyway, so we've not learned anything there. Jack Grealish, oh my God, what a surprise that is. Guy didn't even go in the Club World Cup, so there's no surprise there. I think this, for me, pretty much confirms that he is the guy that's going to be leaving, not Edison. There has been a little bit of debate about will it be Edison that's going or will it be Ortega? Obviously, we had loads of news from Turkey suggesting Galatasaray wanted to sign Edison. So there was a little bit of speculation about, oh, could it be Edison or will it be Ortega? I think for me, this pretty much confirms that Ortega is the one. Not that there was any real doubt anyway, but this confirms it. Then we've got the not fully fit section. Josko Gvardiol, not fully fit. Okay, whatever. Rodri, Phil Foden, Claudio Echeverri, injured Kovacic, Calvin Phillips, Bettinelli. So basically, yeah, we've not really learned a great deal as to who's going to be leaving the football club. Which is a little bit frustrating because I really thought today could be a little bit of an indicator, a little bit of an insight as to who might be leaving. If, like, for example, if you left Gundogan out the squad, maybe like there was something being worked on in the background, but he's in the squad, so it doesn't really tell us anything. It probably means that Cherky probably will start the game against Wolves. There was a little bit of doubt about would he start against Wolves, but given the fact that Phil Foden's not fully fit, you're going to have to start Cherky, so he's going to start. But yeah, and Ortega's going. But there is a little bit of news as well. Mukasa's in the squad, guys. I don't know if you guys seen this, by the way. Mukasa, very young, promising player from City's academy, attacking midfielder. Watched him quite a few times. Promising player. I don't think he'll make it here. He'll probably be sold anyway, but for quite some decent amount of cash. But he's a very promising player. Very promising player. He's there. I don't know if we'll get any minutes, like. But yeah, is there any other shocks in there? I don't really think so, to be honest with you. But that is your squad. That's the squad that's going to feature tomorrow. Grealish gone. Well, pretty much. Now, well, I don't know if you mean Grealish gone. He's not travelled. He's been left at home, but he's not yet been sold. There's been still no further developments. The latest news we've got on Jack Grealish is that Everton have made contact talks. I've started contact with Manchester City to try and get a loan deal. But that deal is going to be tough because I think they want City to pay pretty much most of the wages, which is, to be honest with you, every club's going to do that anyway. So it's like, it is what it is. You've got to hold the L there, to be honest. But yeah, Grealish is not even with the squad again. So yeah, he's, for anyone, I'm still seeing people tweet it. Oh, yeah, boys, we need to give Jack Grealish another chance. Oh, fuck that. Why, man? Why are you still tweeting these things, bro? It's just a waste of fucking internet bandwidth, man. I'm being deadly serious. Stop tweeting. Give Jack Grealish. He's obviously not going to get another chance, is he? He's not gone to the Club World Cup and he's not going to Palmeiras. So what are we doing here, man? Yeah, but there's still people tweeting it. I think he should get given a chance in the 10. Why? The same player who got no goals in a year, you want to be given one of the most important goal-scoring, creative roles in the team. What are we doing here, man? It's insane. But, yeah, I mean, if we look at that squad, yeah, it's a 22-man squad, right? Then you add in Yothgo, 23, Rodri, 24, Foden, 25, Kovacic, 26, Bettinelli, 27. 27 players we've got. Yeah. 27. That's a lot. That's a lot. Remember, Pep Guardiola said that if he had more than 23 players, he'd resign. He said if he had more than 23 players, he'd resign. Now, obviously, he did come out and say he was only joking. But you would imagine that Pep probably wants a couple players still to leave, man. You know what I mean? I still think you need a couple of players gone there. And we spoke about this. Was it yesterday or the day before? Kovacic is the one that I think you need to get rid of. Or Gundogan. Probably both. I don't think you need either of them, to be honest with you. But I think one of them definitely has to go. Definitely. Gavardio should not play against Wolves, to be fair. It depends on his injury situation, innit? I don't know. 13 more and with Chelsea, says US Blue. Yeah, but at the same time, he's keeping Kovacic. Well, apparently he's keeping Kovacic, yeah, apparently so. Apparently there was a deal on the table to take him to Saudi. That wasn't taken up. We don't really know who that was driven by. Like, maybe Kovacic just said, I don't want to go Saudi, but we know for a fact, according to the same report, that Manchester City want Kovacic to stay. So there was, you know what's quite interesting, yeah? Andres, yeah, I'm going to watch that. Or there's another game on at the same time. Inter Milan versus Monaco, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a watch along at 7 o'clock. I'm going to be doing a watch along at 7 o'clock on the second channel. Do you think, based off how last year went, do you think that we should potentially have a bigger squad? Like, I think that the bigger squad that we've got at the moment is OTT. I don't think you need it. It's the midfield, man. The midfield after 6 OTT, but I am open to having a bigger squad. I just think, like, so long as the priorities are clear, so long as Nico Gonzalez should be, for me, Nico Gonzalez, yeah, has to be prioritized over Ilkay Gundogan and Kovacic. Now, if you want to keep Kovacic and Gundogan, like, whatever, like, my concern, yeah, my concern is that he's just going to prioritise Gundogan and Kovacic over Nico Gonzalez, a £50 million signing who's, you know, should be part of the future of the club. Our squad is bloated at the moment. I agree, man. I think it's too big, man, in the midfield area. I just don't think we need that many players. You know, I think you've got to get rid of Kovacic or Gundogan. I think you should get rid of both of them. But I think you've got to get rid of at least one of them. At least. I think with both of them, I think it's just way too much. Way too much, man. I think it's way too much. Now, we cannot moan about squad depth or not winning due to injuries, says Selman. The line between big squad and bloated squad, says Ironman. I just think you need less injury-prone players. Well, Rodri is not injury-prone. He just had one massive injury, but he's not really injury-prone, Rodri, so that's chill. Reinders has a pretty decent injury record as well, which is good. Nico Gonzalez, I'm not 100% sure on him. And Bernardo Silva never gets injured really as well. So the four main midfielders that you would imagine are going to be priorities for Manchester City going into next season, none of them are really injury prone. And add on top of that you've got Nico O'Reilly, who should be given a chance in midfield. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think injuries is really a problem in that area of the pitch. It was the defence that screwed us last year, not the midfield, in terms of injuries. I'm fine with bigger squad, but it needs to be optimised. Too many unks and unreliable players, says Johnny. Club and Pep disagree over who should leave, in my opinion. Compromises, nobody goes, says Nuclear. Pep will not do that, Law. There is no evidence to suggest he will. In fact, he's the opposite. Just look at the Al Hilal match. Yeah, I still think that he will. And if he doesn't, then that's a bit weird. It's not a bad squad, really a lot more attacking and creative than last year. So let's go for it, boys. Definitely, Gareth. 100%. 100%. When you look at the squad compared to last year, I just think there's so many more goals in the team. So many more goals, which was a major issue last year until we signed Marmoush. If we have to go deep in all competitions, taking player fitness into consideration, 26-27 squad ain't bad, given players are ready to sit on the bench, says Aravind. Yeah, as well, that's going to be another thing. If we are going to have a big squad, yeah, Ben, fucking hell, man. Stop spamming, bro. Like, please stop spamming, bro. It's annoying. If you are going to have a big squad, yeah, the players need to accept it. Because one thing that's going to piss me off here is if some of these players that have been told they need to leave stay, and then they start moaning that they're not playing. That's going to wind me up then, because the club have told them that they need to leave. We know that they've done that. Yeah, Jack Gorn said it. Pep said it himself. Yeah, we know that the club have told some of these players that they need to leave. Yeah, they need to find a new club. So some of these players obviously don't want to leave. Maybe they don't want to leave because they love it at City. Maybe they don't want to leave because they want to leave on a free next year so they get a sign-on bonus. That's cool, whatever. Yeah, but don't start moaning. That'll really frustrate me. If I start seeing stories come out next season, yeah, that, oh, this player's not happy because he's not playing, that'll wind me up. Unless it's like a key player. Like, I'm talking about the Gundawans, the Kovacic's, yeah, the Akanjis, the Stoneses, these type of players. The players that are fringe play or should be fringe players this year who've probably been told that they can leave if they want to. That'll wind me up. So long as they're all right, cool. Yeah, so long as they don't mind, cool. LB, what do you think of the squad Pep taking to the game? I think it's a strong squad. Obviously, it's not as strong as it could be because, 3 key players, Josko Gvardiol, Rodri and Foden are all out, not fully fit. Now, hopefully, Pep does a press conference and I don't know if there is a press conference. I don't know if anyone knows if there's a press conference, but hopefully Pep does a press conference and explains like their fitness levels. Now, they were was Gvardiol in training? I know Rodri was in training and so was Foden. I'm not sure about Gvardiol. I can't remember if I saw any photos, but Foden and Rodri were definitely in training. So hopefully we find out. Hopefully it's not serious. For the Wolves game, I'd start Stones on Huzanov. That's absolutely not going to happen, bro. Absolutely not going to happen. Where are they going to get the money that they get City area? Not many places. Probably Saudi and that's it, innit? Saudi and that's it. So if they don't want to go Saudi, they're going to have to wait it out and then leave on next year and then get the sign-on bonus. So listen, I get it, man. I know some of these players are not going to leave to take a lower wage. That's cool, yeah. But at the same time, if the club have told you, yeah, that you need, or the club are open to letting you leave and you've not left, then don't moan next season if you're not getting game time. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, John Stones, yeah? John Stones obviously got told that City was happy to move him on, right? Evidence A, yeah. Club World Cup, 0 minutes. I think the only player in the whole squad to get 0 minutes. And remember, he was fully fit. He said he was fully fit. So don't start saying, oh, he might not have been fit. He said himself he was fully fit. Yeah. Then he's just come out again and said, I'm fully fit. I've been fit for months. It seems to me like probably City told him, but then he don't want to leave. Cool, he don't want to leave. That's fine. Now, obviously, we've had this conversation before about Stones, but the question you have with Stones is, do you just throw him in because he's so good and just wait for him to get injured, which is sad to say, but it's sadly true. Yeah, other players like Akanji, if he has been told he can move on and he don't want to leave, cool. Don't start moaning if you don't play. Gundogan the same, Kovacic the same. I just don't want to get. Listen, last year, yeah, obviously it was just grim with some of the stories that was coming out, Walker, all that kind of crap. Yeah, clearly the squad morale was on the floor. The players didn't look happy. Yeah, and I just can't be bothered getting into this season. And then 2 months into the season, 3 months into the season, seeing fucking articles coming out from Sam Lee saying this player's not happy with his game time. It's like, yeah, of course he's not, because he's not freaking playing. That's all I'm saying. Yo, big up Sasha as well, man. I appreciate the membership. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Links in description if anyone wants to become a member of the channel, man. Big up Sasha, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, smash these likes up as well, guys. Stones is a weird one because he's actually world class, so I just play him if he's fit. He's never stopped us in the past doing it that way. Yeah, I think so, bro. I think that's what I'd do. I think I'd just fucking play him and just... Or do you try and like... I was good. Yeah, I think you've got 3 options, right? You either just play him from the start and just play him until he gets injured, which it will happen. And hopefully, he has a long stint, 3-4 months, and then gets injured. That's hopefully the situation, right? Option 2 is that you really try and pick and choose when you play him, but manage his minutes. Pros and cons to that. You can potentially keep him available for the big games. Nice. Cons, you're chopping and changing your centre-back partnership, which I really don't want to see this season. I really want to see a back 2 stable. And sometimes it's not actually beneficial for players to be in and out the team because, it's the body's going from hot and cold. Sometimes it's just better for players to play. If you look at Stones in the treble year, he was playing. And I also just think que sera, innit? Yeah, I also just think that, like, what will happen, mate. Yeah, what will happen. If you want to try and pick and choose. I remember, I think it was Ake's second season, right? He was playing loads of games, right? He was playing every single game, and everyone was like, he needs to be given a rest, right? And then he was given a rest, and then the very next game he come back in, he got injured. So it's like, bro, so if a player's going to get injured, the player's going to get injured. I don't think there's any point really in like mega deep in it as to like when you should play him. But he's better than Diaz. And so for me, do you just start him and just hope and pray that he stays fit? Also, Gvardiol and Stones at the back would enable unbelievable like build-up play. Unbelievable build-up play. That would just be insane, wouldn't it? That would just be insane, chat. Abdullah says, Rodri is finished. He will never be the same player again. Based off of what? Based off of what? Like, how do you know that, bro? You have no idea, innit? It's hard, innit, Joseph? This is what I'm saying. For me, I just start him, man. I just start him and just pray that he stays fit for a while. Yeah. But I think we're a miles better team when he's fully fit. I'll be real, man. Yeah, I don't know why this guy's saying that about Rodri. I don't even know. Stones can't play 10 games. That's pathetic. It is a little bit pathetic, but he's just made a glass, isn't it? Unfortunately, he's just made a glass, bro. Like, what can you do? He's leaving at the end of next season, Tyrone. Tyrone, let me ask you a question, brother. Let me ask you a question. Is he better than Diaz? Forget availability. Yeah. Forget all that crap. Footballing basis. Is he a better defender than Diaz? Yeah. See, Heaven says yes. Yes. Herbal says yes. Nah. Sometimes yes, no. Yes, he is. Yes, nah. All right. Majority of people are saying yeah. Right. So if you say yeah, start him. Start him. What's the point? If we're saying we think that Stones is a better defender than Diaz, why are we starting Diaz? Start Stones. And in my opinion, he is better than Diaz. I think he's clearer Diaz. Yeah. But obviously Diaz is miles better because in terms of the availability. Do you know what I'm saying? Have we ever seen Stones Gvardiol? I don't think so, brother, because Gvardiol only started playing centre-back at the end of last season, and John Stones, I don't think played towards the end of the season. So yeah, I don't think we ever have. I don't think we ever have seen Stones and Gvardiol at centre-back. Not that I can remember. And if we have, it's got to be only one or two times because I don't think we have. Yeah, I agree. 100 point season he played with Laporte, and we did that till he got injured. Yeah, again, Laporte, Gvardiol is basically the same, isn't it? You know, in terms of build-up play, that would be a cheat code, man. It really would. But don't you think Diaz had a big role in raising Stones to the level he reached, LB? I actually think it's the other way around. Real talk. I actually think it's the other way around, brother. Stones inverted right back. I'm just not on that train at all. I know some people are on it. I know some people are like, LB, get Diaz, get Stones at right back. I just don't like the idea of Stones right back. I really don't. See what else you guys are saying. LB, if I was Guardiola, I would not take any players to the game tomorrow. The players: Jack Grealish, Stones, Gundogan, Kovacic, Kante, Ake, Bobby, Rodri, Amamouche. I don't fully know what you're saying there, bro. You're saying just don't take any of the players. It's a preseason friendly. We need to get fitness levels up. Stones is like the James at Chelsea. When he's fully fit, he's the best. You play him, says Daniel. I agree, bro. That's where I'm at, man. That's where I'm at. And you know what, right? And again, this sounds really bad, but I'm just keeping it 100. Yeah, I'm just keeping it I'm just keeping it 100, right? If he's available, I'd just rather play him until he gets injured rather than having him on the bench and then waking up and seeing a City Extra tweet saying Stones has got injured in training. What the fuck's the point? I'd rather him just get injured playing for us. Real talk. And I know that sounds bad, but like it's true. It's true. I'd rather him get injured playing for the team on a football pitch than getting freaking injured in training. Stones at right back, Savinho, Docker at right could be a great dynamic. Maybe. Our preseason was a Club World Cup. Palomero should be a showcase to sell players. I don't think so. I don't think so, man. Bro, the Club World Cup ended time ago. What, bro? We got knocked out against Al Hilal time ago, bro. Al Hilal. Man City Al Hilal was on the 1st of July. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 weeks. It'll be 6.5 weeks from Al Hilal to the first game. That is not a preseason tournament, bro. That is not a preseason tournament. No way. That was a postseason tournament, man. It was a postseason tournament, 100%. That was not a preseason tournament. Oliver says, can't wait to see Mahrez. Seems like a gem. Hope he gets some senior games this season. He might get some minutes in the Carabao Cup. I mean, if you remember obviously Pep just don't care about the Carabao Cup anymore, does he? You know what I mean? Ever since he won like 4 or 5 in a row, he just doesn't care. So maybe he'll get some minutes in the Carabao Cup. Yeah, potentially. I mean, if you remember the game against Spurs last season, Jacob Wright played from the academy. Nico O'Reilly played, who at the time wasn't really playing too much. I think 1 or 2 more as well did. The club are not going to use Palmeiras games as a reason to sell players. Yeah, I agree, man. It's a pre-season game. I think it's quite an important match. Albeit, who's this Mahrez? He's a attacking midfielder from the academy. Very promising player. He's quite a promising player. I can't even lie, man. Like, yeah, who would you sort of compare him to? It's sort of like a player that's playing at the moment. I'm not really too sure. But yeah, he's quite a tall, but he's got to be over 6 foot. I'd imagine he's 6 foot, 6'1", something like that. Good player, drives forward with it. Good ball carrier, confident, likes a shot. Very confident actually when he did that chip penalty, didn't he? He did that chip penalty in the Champions League last year. The keeper saved it. But he's a very promising player. He's decent. I think he's 17. Could he play as an 8? He probably could play as an 8. But I think he's probably more of an attacker, so probably more a 10. But he probably could do the 8 role. I love when we play academy players. They score a couple of times in the Carabao Cup and leave. Big up ET8 says Gundo Bernardo starting tomorrow. Buzzing. I love you guys, man. You're so funny. Big up to you, mate. Thoughts on the Baleba news, LB? Well, I don't think there is any Baleba news, to be honest with you. I think that news about United being interested in Matt sounds like it's a little bit premature. But mate, he's an off the ball monster. You know, I mean, it'd be amazing for any team, but for United, he's the one player that I think could like materially impact their team. I've been saying it for time, so I think they should go all out for him. As for us, it'd be an interesting player to have. Obviously, his main traits for me are off the ball. Like, obviously, we're not. Yo, you want the link? You're all right, then. I'll send you the link, bro. Yo, big up Daps, man. Let's get him on. Like, for me, his main traits are off the ball. So it'd be interesting to see, like, what's going on there. LB breaking news. Mahrez is back at the City. What? What do you mean Mahrez is back? Yo! Mahrez, bro! Yo, what the fuck, man? Hey! Mahrez! Yo! My fucking goat, man! There he is, 1, 2, 3, Viva Algerie! Hey, come on! Yo, sold too soon, man! Sold too soon! My fucking baller! Yo! Come on, Riyadh, bro! Hey! Time to get the phone up, boy! Hey, come on! My baller, my goat, come on. Nah, that's class, man. Yo, Mahrez, bro. Sold you too soon. For cents on the dollar, man. Unreal. Yo, get teaching Savio how to do that fucking cutting on your left, whip it in, man. Innit? Why is he not speaking to Savio, bro? Please coach Savio. Teach him the whip. Teach him the whip, man. Come on, Alex, man. What a ledge. Yeah, exactly, man. Just have him a little one-on-one. He's on the mission to teach Savio. Invest in Savio stocks now. Savio to the moon. Come on, guys. I smashed these likes up, man. Now, this is crazy. As if Mahrez is back. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. Tell Mahrez to retire and join our coaching staff. Do you think Cherky's going to be a starter? Well, he'll definitely start against Wolves because Foden's out with a not fully fit, whatever the fuck that means. So I imagine Cherky's definitely going to start. Yeah, that's just made my day, man. That's just made my day. Honestly, that's just made my day, that has. Come on, Riyadh, man. My fucking baller. LB, did you wear Spurs? What about Savio? Nah, that's got to be fake news, man. Didn't Mahrez cook Doku like 2 weeks ago for calling him a no-one product? Nah, surely not. I didn't see that. He visited the City Academy as well. Yo, come on. Nice. Mahrez still better than Savio and Doku. Yeah, of course he is. 100%, bro. That's not even up for debate, man. I can't even lie. What's this? LB, Gavadio's situation is worrying. He got used like a soap last season. Yeah, he did. I can't even lie, bro. It was bad last year, wasn't it? It was bad. But what could we do? We had no fucking players, bro. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he did get used last year, and he got overused, and we was risking injury bad. But what else could we do? Literally, what else could we do, man? Do you know what I mean? Yes, Liam. Yeah, bro, I will, bro. I'm gonna get some new shows going, man. There's quite a few other people that want to jump on, so I'm gonna get a couple more panels going. Mahrez legit said the winger are subpar at City compared to the old wingers. Is that what he said? Nah, is that what he actually said? Mahrez calling out our wingers. Mahrez said Mahrez said the current wingers don't get enough GA. I mean, to be fair, that's legit though, isn't it? That's facts. That's facts. And I predicted this. I said this, yeah. When Mahrez left, I said you're gonna realize just how important Mahrez was. Because the output that he... This is the thing, yeah. I think too many people now, yeah, are going on the GA merchant shit. Say, GA merchant. GA, right? Football's not just about GA. I get that, right? But it is, you do need to get output. The aim of the game is to put the ball in the back of the net. It is important. It's not all just about that. There are other aspects to it as well. How do you dictate the game? How often do you lose the ball? Are you techie? All this kind of crap, yeah. But you need to put the ball in the back of the net. Say what you want about Raheem Sterling, yeah. Say what you want about. We all know that Raheem Sterling is not the best winger ever in terms of actual footballer and all that kind of crap, yeah. But the guy put the ball in the back of the net. This is why Mahrez was actually just fucking insane, mate. Yeah, because he was actually a mad techie player and he had output as well. You know? Honestly, I think he's the best City winger of all time, man. I can't even lie. I've said it bare times, man.
He is. Unless you're forcing... If you do a best 11, best Man City 11 of my lifetime, the only reason Mahrez isn't in it as a right winger is if you're maybe so I've done one where I've forced De Bruyne out on the right so that I could have Yaya, Rodri and David Silva in the middle, right? Yeah, otherwise, as far as actual wingers, he's our best right winger, 100%. And the Sterling one's hard, isn't it? Because you're spot on numbers as a winger. If you're not getting goals or assists, what the fuck are you doing? To be honest with you,
if you're not getting goals or assists, you've got to be I don't know.
Well, the only way you can really and truly, right? If you talk treble Grealish on the left, treble season Grealish on the left, Grealish was there for balance, and that was it, right?
Mm.
But if you compare, Grealish is not, for me, however much we try and back Grealish's treble season, it's not comparable to Mahrez. It's not comparable to Sterling. And I'd probably say it's not don't know, maybe Leroy Sané it's comparable to, but certainly not Mahrez and Sterling. Sterling's one that's slightly he's disrespected in it. Because
yeah, Sterling's disrespected, but like the problem with Sterling is and it's not Sterling issue. I was actually, funny enough, bro. It's funny you mentioned that because we were speaking about this with a chat the other day. In life, this isn't just about football. This can be a relationship. It can be about this. It can be but when you look back at the past, a lot of the time people look back at the negatives. Yeah. So when people think of Sterling, people think of Leon miss. Yeah. United 3-2 loss at home when we could have won the league and he missed 2-3 1-on-ones that could have won us. Everybody always goes back to the negatives. Yeah. But I think because Sterling has unfortunately for him, Sterling has quite a few big negatives. Yeah. But if you just fucking put that to one side for a second, this guy also involved in loads of positives.
Yeah. Bro, you take away his GA from most of those seasons, like from a good probably 3 seasons, we might not win the league. I always said this about Sterling from quite early on. When you say to someone what's Sterling's best quality, they always say, "Oh, his pace." Yeah, but for me, it was never his pace. It was actually his acceleration in small spaces. But I think Sterling's best quality was the ability to actually listen to managers and maybe players around him. And that's why he found himself in so many pockets of space. You've heard this summer, I think you've heard Vincent Kompany and at least one other person say, Doku just needs to get on the end of more crosses, right? Get to the back post. He doesn't always need to do. And if you take Doku and give him that bit of advice, just get on the end of crosses, he'd get a lot more GA. And you know Kevin De Bruyne? I don't know if you saw when De Bruyne left City, he did this, them things people do on Instagram where you switch between, right, so say you go to be David Silva or Kevin De Bruyne. And then say I said, all right, Kevin De Bruyne. Then they say, okay, Daps, Kevin De Bruyne or whatever, right? Have you seen how long De Bruyne keeps Sterling on?
Yeah.
Because he knows for a player like Kevin De Bruyne, having someone like Sterling that's just listened to instructions and basically knows you get to the back post, De Bruyne's going to find you, right? And he does that. Whereas at the moment, I think that's an issue we've got in our team. I sometimes wonder if some of the players fucking even listen to what they're being told. Because
well, you know what's funny is about that, because one of the reasons why Sterling was so like Kevin De Bruyne, for example, Kevin De Bruyne needs runners. Why? Because Kevin De Bruyne's putting the ball behind the defense, so he needs players to run in behind the defense. That's why Sterling was so good, because Sterling always made those runs. Now, and I know it's only one time, but something that I found interesting, about the Doku goal in the Club World Cup is that was one of the first times that I can remember Doku making a run in behind the defense when Aït-Nouri played the ball through to him.
Bro, and they did it once or twice in training as well, you know.
What's this? Oh!
Huh?
Wait, that's the wrong one. That's Elliot's message. Oh! De Bruyne just hit the post, Bray! Oh, this is for the De Bruyne Napoli game of the post. No, he didn't. Oh, no, I don't even think De Bruyne touched it.
Hey, bro, listen, I was sat here with Cass and I see you alive. I was like, yes, LB's back. I need some clips. Bro, I turned it on within 20 seconds. I had a clip. I was like, you are the most clippable guy. You and Saeed, are the most clippable guys in YouTube.
Bro, it looked like he hit that post, but anyone that was watching that game, it looked like
he didn't even touch it. He didn't even touch it.
It was the camera angle fucked me off, man. Nah, but real, man. Nah, but I'm on the fucking Napoli watch-alongs this year, me on the second channel, man. I'm doing loads, man.
Wait, LB. See them signatures.
Go on.
I got Cherky. I got Reinders. I got Kuzanov. I got Grealish, and I got John Stones. Bro, you see Kuzanov, yeah? He's a unit.
Is he built? Yeah.
Bro, for a young kid, he's built like proper. I was thinking, fucking hell. And
I think he's fucking mega, me, Husnov. I play him over Diaz, me. I've said it bare times. I just, he's my type of defender, Daps. He's my type, aggressive,
Yeah,
don't fuck
he will
about.
get bare cards though. He will get bare cards.
Yeah, but I think we need that. Have you look back at last year, Dabs? Yeah, how many games were we just soft as fuck? Like, I want a player that
we're not
gets stuck
physical
in.
enough at the moment.
Vinny Company got bare yellow cards at Man City, man. He always used to take players out from behind and get yellows all the time. All the time.
Yeah. Bro, I had a bit of a meltdown with Martin earlier, where things that will piss me off. Right. I know the way certain people jump from my streams to your streams and say that I've said something I didn't, right? And Shake's the king of it, right? I said earlier that if we start the season and we lose a couple of games, I won't be pissed off, but I will be pissed off if we're losing those games with certain things happening. And like I was like, right, if we see a midfield with Gundogan and with a couple of the uncles in, right, and we lose that game, I'll be pissed off. If we see Doku and Haaland starting together, I'll be pissed off. If we see, for like the transitions thing, if I see us being fucking hit in transitions for fun and I don't see Kuzanov being utilised, I'll be pissed off. There's certain things that this season, I think we have to add another one. Bro, do you reckon Savio is ever going to get a chance on the left?
Not under Pep. Pep wants to play inverted wingers, so no, he's not going to play Savio on the left. Even though I think Savio's had some of his best games on the left.
Yeah, and he had a whole season quality on the left at Girona.
Well, we bought him this is why I did get quite annoyed last year, is because when you actually look back at the two players we bought Savio when the majority of the games he spent on the left wing at Girona, and now we play him on the right. And we bought Doku in the season that we bought him, spent most of his time on the right, and then played him as a left.
Yeah,
and. Then it gets do I say it? Do I say it? No, I won't say it.
I can't say it.
And if you wanted a fucking inverted right winger, you should have get Palmer because he was the inverted right winger. Oh, fuck. Can't go through a stream without mentioning Palmer's name.
Bro, we got asked, I did something yesterday at, for Sport Bible, and one of the questions was, so you had to pick boxes, right? And one of the questions was Foden, so keep Foden or keep Palmer?
Oh, I think Foden.
Yeah, we all went to Foden because at the end of the day, however much you look at it, it's recency bias based on last season. But ultimately what you're doing is you're saying one quality season for Cole Palmer and one bad season for Foden. You can't pick Cole Palmer.
Wasn't even that great last year.
No.
It was the first year that he went that he fucking tore it up. But
yeah.
I think Foden, for me, I think Foden is a more technical player, and I think he's a. But that's not to say Palmer's crap or whatever.
No, that's what we said as well. We said like none of us have got any, like, no City fans really have any hate towards Cole Palmer, innit? He came through our academy.
Pulpy does.
Yeah,
Foden with no legs. Let me know if you want the link, Pulpy. I'll send it on WhatsApp. Message me if you want the link, bro. Nah, Foden for me. But
bro, you know what? Yeah, in the training, there's a few things that was interesting. Like Doku did make one or two of them runs. So when they were doing these drills where they were starting up drills on the left and starting up drills on the right, and with Doku, I didn't really see Doku once try and beat the man. He was either late. He was doing a lot of laying it off to players and then making a run in behind, like you just said about in the Club World Cup. The other one that was interesting was John Stones was playing over on the right-hand side in attacking moves, right? Like Stones.
What, like a right back or?
Yeah. So basically, right. And by the way, it makes sense now. So what they did is about 5 or 6 centre back. Well, but no, about 5 centre backs went and basically did some passing drill on one side of the pitch with Kolo Touré. Yeah. And at the time I was confused because Echeverri was in with all the centre backs. Yeah. And I was like, But now with what I've seen came out today, it's obviously he's carrying some sort of, he's not travelled, is he?
No. So,
and I think the reason they've given is that he was, he's not fully fit. So
yeah, he said he's not. Echeverri is not. I think he said, was he on that one, Echeverri?
Yeah, he was on the not fully fit list.
Oh yeah, not fully fit.
There was a few things that was interesting, right? So firstly, Vardiel walked down the tunnel after about 20 minutes of training. Yeah. Walked. He wasn't hobbling or nothing, but he walked. Now he's not in the fully fit. Foden came off with about 10 minutes left and took his boots off. He hasn't travelled. And Rodri hasn't travelled as well. So I think it's probably the ones that... But I was confused about why Echeverri was in that certain training. Like, why is he training with all the centre-backs, yeah? But it probably is, like, I don't know, maybe he had a bit of a niggle. But John Stones was training as in the attacking moves on the right-hand side, which so Ait Nouri was in the attacking moves on the left. John Stones was in the attacking moves on the right. So... And then the other thing which I shared this morning on my stream was Pep spent about, I've got a 2.5 minute video of Pep with Nico Gonzalez, basically showing Nico Gonzalez how to receive the ball facing your own goal with your with your back to the rest of the pitch, and with proper kind of showing him you need to open up your body more, ready to receive the ball and turn quickly, or whether to lay it off.
Hang on a minute. You would have thought that you would have had that.
Basics.
You through Barcelona Academy. You would have thought that's. You would have thought that you would have had that on lock, wouldn't you?
Right. See, I hear it, and some people said, it's Pep doing it for show. I think a lot of what we saw in that training was for show. Well, he has, isn't he? He's got more hair than both of us put together at this point.
Justice for the balds, man.
Fucking long hair wanker.
Isn't it?
Hey, and I can't lie, you've got a better fucking hairline than me as well, which I'm... Even if I did have hair.
Good genes, mate. Good genes.
Yeah. Well, you might have good genes, but you got shit legs.
Yeah, well, one leg, yeah. One spot.
Yeah, big up Herbo as well says this notion of Nico G not being able to receive the ball with his back against the goal, stats tell otherwise, just saying.
Yeah.
And you'd like I say, bro, like surely if you're coming from the Barcelona Academy, you've got that on lock.
Yeah. I do hear it, but I do remember I remember Rodri first season, and then I also remember who was it Sal that went to Chelsea from Atletico?
Yeah, that's Saul guy.
Yeah. I remember both of them two because I purposely watched Sal when he came to Chelsea the season after Rodri, and having a conversation with Chelsea fans saying, listen, you need to give him a time, and a certain amount of time to just adapt to the speed at which you have to get rid of the ball in that position. Because when you receive, it seems like in La Liga, when you receive the ball in that position, you've got a bit more time to kind of turn and scan. Whereas in the Premier League, by the time you've done about a 45-degree turn, you've had the ball taken off you. But what are you saying? Are you on this Belieber hype?
Go on, I'll let Paul pay. I'm
sorry. What? As in what way? As in, is the greatest defensive midfielder to walk the planet, or is it just a Brighton pulling someone's pants down again? Because I think it's probably the latter.
He is mint, though, isn't it?
It'll be good for United. He'll be their best player by a long way. But
he'd be good for us. City, no? I think he is good enough for City, but I think
where's he going to play, Daps?
No, that's my only thing. But so if we
have Rodri and we're desperate for a defensive midfielder, then I'd probably take a chance.
I think because it's 100 million, right? Then because it's 100 million, I can't see it happening. But if he doesn't go anywhere this summer, and Rodri is kind of not Rodri's fitness is an issue all this season, I can see us going in for him next summer for 100 million, 100%.
This is my problem as well. I agree. And I've said this bare times, right? I think off the ball is certified monster. 100%, nothing to improve. However, from the small sample size that I've watched him, I do think there's an area to improve with the passing game. And people need to remember that when he comes to City, the amount of off the ball he'll be doing will be reduced because we have a lot of the ball. So I think he's mint, and I think that whoever gets him is going to have a top player. But I don't know right now. I'm not sure. But I think when Rodri goes and you need an out and out 6, yeah. But if you're asking him to play with Rodri,
no, I don't think right for a team like United who are scattergun, hectic, and need someone to put out fires because there's shit. He's perfect. He just is. For somebody like us, just pure control. Under Pep now, he's not Pep's player. Next manager in, maybe we need someone like that. We don't know. But right now, you have to assume that if Pep's staying for another 18 months or whatever it is, 2 years, he's not the player we need.
See, I would say right now, with no right back, no Kyle Walker, pace of Kyle Walker, I would say I'm not saying we're Man United, but we are certainly more in need of someone that puts out fires than we were 2 years ago.
No, I don't think we are.
I right now, I can't lie, with the whole right back situation, I'd probably feel more comfortable with Fernandinho in our 6 role than Rodri.
No, mate. What are you eating there?
McCoy's.
Yeah,
but bro, I just think Fernandinho, look, at the moment, we will wait and see what Pep has planned. Yeah, we've only got a week to go, right? But I worry massively about transitions without Walker. Bro, massively. I've said multiple times, at this point, I reckon we finish 3rd or 4th, right? Now, if the first 5 games, I see that Pep has come up with a solution to that whole transitions thing, then I could say, yeah, we can win the league. But at the moment, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what that answer is because, bro, Ruben Diaz, yeah, his whole time at Manchester City, and he's been mint. First season, Ruben Diaz, yeah, was quality, right? Absolutely quality. And when people try and say, oh, Ruben Diaz is overrated, right? To get Premier League Player of the Season in your first season in the country, yeah, is absolutely phenomenal. But we've got to be real with ourselves that this whole time, Ruben Diaz has had Kyle Walker protecting him on the right-hand side, right? Because Ruben Diaz has never been quick. And we've always been open to transitions. Without Kyle Walker, I do worry. I do massively.
Which is why I play Huzanov at centre-back.
Yeah, but LB, this is exactly what I was saying about if we lose games at the start of next season, yeah, and it's the same back 4, I'm going to fucking lose my shit. If I see, whether it be Kuzanov as a centre-back or whether it be Kuzanov on the right-hand side, ultimately just Pep trying something to stop these transitions, then I'll understand and be like, you know what, at the moment, we're trying to find a way of life after Walker. But we have to do something.
You know, the biggest thing that we've missed last year, we didn't have that will stop these transitions, is absolute shithousery, and we didn't have any of it last year. You didn't have Rodri just cropping people and fouling them on the way to the transit. We didn't have that at all, which is why we got exposed.
Yeah, I think
this year you'll see more of that. You'll see more of just taking a yellow for the team and just swallowing it and just cutting out play and getting 11 men a ball.
See, that's the thing, yeah. When I say about Fernandinho there, it's because Fernandinho was the king of putting out fires with shithousery, right? Now,
Rodri's so good at it as well.
I was about to say maybe I downplay Rodri's shithousery because of the other elements that he brings to the game.
Yeah, so if we get that back in the team, whoever's capable of it, 4 out of 5 transitions are put out straight away. You just caught and pulled and take a yellow card, and you go, ref, I'm sorry, and the ref's like, oh, you are my best mate, I'm not going to book you, but next time it's like, yeah, no worries, ref, I won't do it again, and you get away with it.
Yeah, but you know it's not just having a shit house at number 6. It's our pressing needs to improve, yeah. And if our pressing improves, that'll massively help. How many times
it will.
The opposition have the ball, and I remember seeing Haaland so many times running forward towards the goalkeeper or whatever to press, and he'd turn around and nobody else would press, and they'd just play through us. So it's not just the defense, and Diaz at the back scares me because of the lack of pace. But if we improve everything from our midfield to our attack to our striker to our press, everything as one thing, then that'll solve the problems anyway. And like I say, last season we was getting cut through in games 5, 6, 7 times a game. Just by having Rodri and Reinders in there, that'll reduce to 2.
2 or 3, and then one of them now. Someone's taking a yellow card and it's not going through.
And one of them will take a yellow card.
Yeah. I heard that.
And we may see 2 goals, but it's not 5 or 6 shots on goal. You know what I mean? It'll get better.
I do think as well. The other thing I noticed in training was how much we were pressing all over. Like in the training drills, the pressing was like Pep Linders is not going to have us like the same as last season, and I think it's very obvious with that as well. You know what? See, this is the thing. I saw someone say that Núñez is faster than Kuzanov. Now, until we actually see him in a race, I don't know, because I've heard both. But the thing is,
that's a nice problem to have, right?
Yeah. The one thing I would say is with Núñez, yeah, and I've said this a few times now, is Núñez is not a right back, yeah. So when I first started driving, I remember my mum and dad saying to me, it's not about your driving ability, it's about the ability to read other drivers, right? And it's kind of, as you get older as a driver, it becomes a sixth sense where you just know when people are going to pull out and when you just sense it, yeah. And I feel that's the thing with with Núñez as a right back. He ain't got that sixth sense. So when he's further up the pitch, he's not concentrating on watching the runners. And I think that's the issue whereas with Walker, with a defender, even if you are further up the pitch, you're always thinking about what happens if you get hit in transitions. I don't think Núñez is thinking like that at the moment. I think that's why he gets caught out a bit.
But I think for me, yeah, like we don't. I think if you're playing Núñez, you're not asking him to do that. Like for me, if you're playing Núñez as your right back, I'm asking Núñez to get forward and create, because that's where his best performances come. Everton away last season when he put the cross in.
Yeah.
Villa when he's getting him. I'm not. If we're playing Núñez and asking him to chill back and watch the defenders, you're asking for trouble.
No, I'm not.
I'd ask Núñez to get far possible up the pitch away from our own net. Núñez's worst moments last season came when he had the ball in our own half.
100%. But yeah, they did, right, with his passing in the back. I agree with you, but then, like Walker, we didn't ask Walker to chill back. We didn't have to, because Walker would be able to read situations and know his pace and get back in time. But ultimately, if I agree with you, by the way, I think Núñez as a wing back is a completely different ball game. But if we're going to do that, that's where, right, if we're going to ask Núñez and Ait-Nouri to both be proper far up the pitch, yeah, then that's where I'm with you, LB, that Kuznov might be the...
Diaz exposure is on high alert at that point.
And that's the whole thing. I'm not slandering Diaz, yeah? I'm saying this system, and without Kyle Walker, exposes the fact that Diaz hasn't got pace. Now, if Pep can find a solution to that, because I still think Diaz and Vardy's a mint partnership. So, I don't know. I like the idea of three at the back with Kuznov, but...
Right. Question for you then. So... Right, why are we as a fan base losing our shit at having to use Núñez as a right back when for 4 years we had Zinchenko at left back and nobody lost a shit there? Núñez is all you've done is move one weak position to the other side and everyone's just lost a shit. Like we've all of a sudden we can't handle it. We did all right with Zinchenko at left back and Delph.
Well, there is a reason. There's an obvious reason.
What, having Kyle Walker?
No, the obvious reason is because, like, those seasons we won the league and we've just not won the league.
Yeah, but...
That's why. If we won the league, no one would be talking about it.
You can't have the same energy for Núñez is absolutely the worst thing at the right back in the world all of a sudden, and then we had Zinchenko, who was also an absolutely horrific defender, but was put in there because you had a left foot and it worked. You know, so although they are very different players, they are doing the same thing, which is basically...
I'll tell you why. I think the reason is because when Zinchenko very rarely gave the ball away that led to opposition chances, whereas Núñez, in a very short time at right back, done that a number of times.
But they were both very different. So Zinchenko was also a very, very shit defender.
I agree.
So
he was really
good.
Núñez is faster, so why is Núñez getting absolute pelters now?
It's because of the optics, because Núñez is
people can't handle the fact that we've not bought a right back, and that's what it is.
Yeah, no, but to answer the question, because Núñez is giving the ball to the opposition, which results in a shot or a goal, whereas Zinchenko didn't do that. He was just part of the crime scene. And I agree, he was a bad defender. I remember Benzema getting a goal when he fucking shocking defending, Champions League final, shocking defending. But because he's not actually giving them the ball or whatever, people are just going, oh, it wasn't that. He's not as bad as him.
Yeah, Zinchenko could do the basics. That was the thing. When it was passing,
what I'm saying is we accepted Zinchenko playing left back by being but we know he wasn't a defender. Why can't we accept that now at right back with Núñez?
It's simple, bro. Like I just said, it's very easy to accept things when you're censuring, when the domestic trebles.
Núñez could have made those mistakes when we were 6-1 up, and there still would have been the same mistake, and a goal went in.
No, I agree with you, but
I just think people need to just relax a bit and let him play the season. If he's shit, then there's not going to be one person arguing we can't replace him.
I do also think
we did all right with Zinchenko, and we did all right with Delph, and we've done all right with other people at left back.
I think. Last season, it was a multitude of things. Firstly, LB's right. The press last season, the ball recycling last season compared to the last probably 7 seasons, have been worlds apart. You know, when we used to lose the ball, we won that back within a matter of seconds. Last season, there was none of that, right? There was absolutely none of that for a large part of last season. So that was one thing. Oh, he's travelled.
That's a Barnet. You two should look at that area and think, you know what, one day. One last throw of the dice, boys. That could be used.
Hey, hold on. Let me... Well, I need to find this picture. Before the training, I was in McDonald's, right, over Asda, and there was this group of, like, I don't know, it must have been like a Portuguese or a Spanish, like, kids team that have come over to Manchester for the summer. So it was, bro, no lie, there was about 50 of them. They were like ants, yeah? And every single one of the fuckers had curly black hair, yeah? It was mad confusing. And they didn't know how McDonald's worked. They just all walked to the front of the store, you know, the till, where no one pays no more. And we just stood there for ages. But, bro, they had Pulpy, they had Barnett's like you, to be fair. Yeah. Anyway, that was just...
You know what? So just to revisit this right back position again, yeah, because obviously Pulpy's, you know, raising it as why is people moaning. I think maybe because this summer was dubbed the rebuild. It just, I feel like some people...
Who dubbed it a rebuild?
Well, I think it was a well-known fact. It was a rebuild. And remember as well, Khaldoon did say in that interview, we've got a list of targets and we've got a list of backup targets. And then, so for us to then not sign a right back and have no right back,
how do we know a right back was in any of those targets?
Because we don't have one.
Well, but we don't. Yeah, but we don't know if a right back was in that target. We just don't. We're assuming, right?
Well, we're assuming
that the club wanted a right back.
We're assuming the club wanted a right back because we don't have a right back.
Hold on. No. We do have right backs. We have 4 potential right backs.
We were heavily linked with Livramento. Like, we were heavily linked with Wesley. We're heavily linked with...
We're heavily linked with everyone, mate. I'm just saying, we have 4 players that can play right back. They might not be specialist right backs.
Bro, it's just a dream to have actually...
We've had no specialist left back for 10 years, but we've always got away with it.
Even if it was just a dream, just a beautiful dream that we all had, that we might actually be, you know, a top football club and have a left back and a right back on the books at the same time. I know it sounds mad, bro, but...
It's too easy. We just don't do it that way. Do things differently, man.
Yeah, no, I hear it.
Yeah, they obviously wanted Livramento in it, but couldn't get him. So.
It's not. Listen, right. Looking back, think yourself lucky that we're not sat here with Elano as the only right back.
Elano?
Remember when Elano had to play right back for 2 games? He was like fucking Bambi on ice. Do you not remember this?
Elano? No, I don't remember that.
Someone in the chat must remember when Elano had to play right back for a couple of games. He was the worst right back I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be pretty bad.
Well, worse than Rico Lewis?
Honestly, right? I swear to God, you could have put a training corner at right back and he would have done a better job.
By the way, do you know what I clocked the other day? Right?
Someone's telling you.
Hey, on Never a Foul the other day, right? We were talking about Gyökeres, yeah, and Cass goes. I think Cass said, yeah, but you know, Gyökeres has scored goals against top defenses. He remember against City. Do you actually remember who was our defenders when Gyökeres scored against us?
Yeah. Bro, they don't actually like to know this, yeah, but like, because it sounds mad, but Gyökeres didn't actually play well in that game.
No.
And he scored 2 penalties. He missed a 1-on-1. He scuffed his other goal. He actually didn't play that well, but people don't
let the secret out, mate.
What do you mean? He scored a hat-trick. Yeah, it was actually pretty shit in that game. I'll be real with you.
Bro, it was a Kanji, SP, and flipping Rico Lewis at right back, yeah, if that is not the weakest defense, yeah, physically that you've ever heard of, right? I just thought, they got lucky with that one. And the other one, I need to talk on LB. I hope you're not twerking for Liverpool, are you, LB? I know you're not one of them.
Twerking? I think they won the league.
I think they're favourites, but like. You know, there's a lot of people that are rating. I mean, Dan Potts. I want to catch up with Dan Potts. Rated Liverpool's transfer window 11 out of 10. Right?
Yeah. No. I'm not hearing that they'll walk the league. So if that's what you mean, no.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is, right. Our fan base is. I mean, right now we're having a meltdown about the right back situation. Yeah, they've got 3 centre backs, bro.
Yeah, no.
And 2 of them are injury prone. And all I keep hearing is, oh yeah, but they will get a centre back. Well, now, you know, with Chelsea being without a centre back now, there's a good chance that Chelsea might go in for Gahey. I just think it's hypocritical that we've got some people in our fan base that are absolutely murdering our transfer window just because we didn't get a right back, but are like making out like Liverpool have had the best transfer window of all time, where for me, it's a bit top heavy. Like, if they address the centre-back situation, cool. But at the moment, they've got a game on Sunday and the league starts in a week and they've got 3 centre-backs. Now, the last time Liverpool tried to retain a Premier League, The reason they didn't retain it is because they did not get back up for Van Dijk and Matip, right? And I just think at the moment they're going way too top heavy. I could see, bro. Realistically, if you were to look at Liverpool this season, you are saying they're getting injuries, isn't it? To
every team gets injured, yeah. Every team gets injuries.
And if you look at last season, they've got Kanate, who's injury prone, Gomez, who's even more injury prone, and then they've got Van Dijk, who is he 34 now?
33 or 34, yeah.
That's risky. That's risky as hell. And then the answer I get is, it's all right. Gravenberch can play as a centre back, but the last time we know it from when we played Fernandinho as a centre back, we didn't win the league. And when they played Fabinho as a centre back, you don't win the league because the minute you take your very good DM out of a DM role. So I just think Liverpool are being sucked off a bit too much by some members of our fan base.
No, I agree. Yeah, Steelers. I agree. I think that I agree, bro. I think they'll win the league, yeah, but I'm not having that they'll walk it, mate.
No.
People try to. The thing is, though, Daps, you just said you think we'll finish 3rd or 4th. I think that's mad take.
How many points did Liverpool get last year?
My whole thing with that, LB, is I'll 100% own the PTSD. The Al Hilal game, it fucked with my head badly, right? Because everything that I thought we might have overcome that was like trauma from November, December, January just came back in that Al Hilal game. And for me, it's like, right,
I know what you mean.
All I need to see, is ultimately that Pep is just aware that we're not very good at defending counters. That's all I need to see. And I'll be, you know what, we can win the league. But at the moment, that worries me massively. Massively.
On Liverpool then, so, right. What did they finish on? Like 83 points from last year or something like that?
Yeah, but they were on the beaches for that.
I know they were, but right. So realistically, they might sign Isak, and they've got Verts, right, and that's whatever, and Frimpong. Are they much stronger than they were last year, based off the fact that they've lost Trent Alexander-Arnold, they've lost Jota, rest in peace, Diaz has gone, and Salah and Virgil van Dijk now will go down, and they've never defended a title. These lads have never defended a title. They've never been that good in the second season when they've won a league. So really, they kind of balance in. They'll do well to get over 90 points, right? So all these extra players are going to get. They're not going to blow the league away. They're not going to win every game 8-0 and win 36 out of 38 games, are they?
Look,
so realistically, they're going to get 91 points. You're telling me we can't stretch to 91 points again with what we've got?
No, I'm with you. And
yes,
also,
so
people need to realise
they're not blowing everyone out the water. They're really not.
I agree.
They're not that far ahead of what we are.
That's not how football works anyway, Paul P. Like, people just assume that, you sign a couple of players, you get better. This is like this notion that people just think that you get better every year.
What's going to be up against this year? He's got his own players in now. He's got his own players in now. He's got to do something.
Bro, they're also going to be under a lot more pressure in the Champions League this year because they've spent all this money. Like, there will be an expectation on them to go further.
Which team in the top 4 has been there or thereabouts for the last 10 years in title races, one a year after the other, barring one season? Last year was a bit shit, but we're still in the 2nd and 3rd position. We're still up for it. You know, we have been there and thereabouts, and we've got this winning mentality. No one else has got that.
I think the other thing is that, so last season when people were saying, Arteta's got to win the league because basically Pep fell off and Liverpool had Slot, right? My whole thing was, hold on, with Liverpool, yes, they might have a different manager, but they still have the same spine. And the spine's massive. Like, we even know that.
It's a weak spine now. It's an old man spine.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. That
when you're in the back of that spine and they're gone.
Well, yeah, you look at the spine, and if you're talking the spine of Liverpool, it's Alisson who's getting on. It's Van Dijk who's getting on. It's Salah who's getting on. I mean, midfield.
That's all they've got left. They've got nothing else left there.
Yeah. No, I do hear that.
Right. When we won the league,
Van Dijk or Salah injury, and
they don't have to be injured. They're not going to produce at the same levels. They're just not. Salah might get 23 goals, but he's not going to be getting 35.
There has to be a decline at some point.
Yeah, just the way it is. Everyone declines. It's just the way. Look, they might be freaks and get another year out, but the end's coming.
Yeah,
let me go through these chats, boys. Yo, big up to Nadir. What are you saying, man? That Bob goal in training is Mahrez teaching. Oh, come on, man. Watch it again, bro.
Come on. Stay.
Yeah, we're done. Watch it go.
What a goal!
Nah, big up Nadir. That is a
Who
sick
was
goal,
that? Who was that shouted that? What
Colo.
goal?
Colo Torre. Good one assist, by the way.
Yeah. Shout out Joseph as well. Says Mahrez in the starting lineup against Wolves. Question mark, says Joseph. Would love to see it, bro. Love to see it. A bit of Vish as well. Says, I don't get it. Man City best starting 11. Got 5 new players. Liverpool got 6, including Isak. Yeah. Bro, I agree with this comment. I've said this all summer. I've said, why is everybody saying City are in transition, but no one's saying the same thing about Liverpool?
Yeah.
You can, realistically, you ain't putting 5 new players in an attack-winning team and expecting the same results. You just aren't. You had 1 or 2 players at max to a winning 11. You don't change up like they are going to change.
So
I've just realised we're playing opening game. We're playing Wolves, and we've got our left back and right back who ex-Wolves.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it's a big game, man. We need to get off to a good. We need to get off to a good start, man.
Yeah, we've got hard first 5 games, didn't we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how many minutes Oscar Bob gets this year, man. I hope he does well, man. I can't lie. Stick Van Dijk against Haaland this year. Foot race, no competition, says Foggy. Big up Foggy, man.
Yeah.
Ichigo says Salah and Van Dijk, please. I just need you to drop to 70%. Says Ichigo.
They will. They're going. They're off. That cliff is coming, mate, and I will be there. My list will be. I'll get a list for Salah as well.
Nah, big up Briggsy as well, man. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else you guys wanted to chat about before we sort of like wrap it up. Kovacic has travelled, so that information was wrong before. People saying he's not gone, he's injured. He has travelled, which again was the information that we got ages ago, was that Kovacic would be fit by the end of the window. So we'll see what's going on there. You know what I mean? Will he leave? Will he stay? What do you boys think about the midfield depth? Because I've said personally, I think we've got way too many players in midfield.
Yeah, we have. I think with the midfield, right? If you look at as far as depth, I think we have got enough depth. The only thing is we don't want it to get to a point when, or maybe we do want it. I mean, it's up to you lot. You lot decide. But I think players like Kovacic, players like Gundogan, we want them to be the bit part players, don't we? We don't want the season start and them to be the main players. I think I said earlier on, right? Once Rodri's back fit, Rodri, Reinders, and pretty much put any other midfielder alongside them, and I think that midfield absolutely cooks. It's the minute you don't want it to start getting to a kind of, I don't know, like, I don't want to see Reinders in the 6, by the way. I don't like that. I think that stinks and doesn't utilise him right.
I think you can play him if you're going to play with Nico Gonzalez and play.
Yeah.
I think that's all right. And we're going to have to do that, by the way. We're going to have to do that. We're not going to be able to start Rodri every single game. Something that we obviously need to do this year, is limit the amount of minutes Rodri plays, and that doesn't mean like.
How many starts do you think Rodri has this year, realistically?
Premier League.
Let's say we go. Let's say we go deep in most competitions. So that's 60 games, 62. Games.
I'd say all comps 45.
I reckon if he plays more than 30, we're in trouble.
Are you saying starts?
If he starts more than 30 games, I think we're in trouble.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Honestly, mate. No. From what he does as a player,
he'll do that in the Prem.
No, he shouldn't start more than 30 games.
Competitions.
All competitions, yeah. I'm telling you.
All comps,
I'm telling you, mate. I'm telling you, this injury is a bad injury. People say you can come back in 6 months. They're not all Rodri. Rodri's a freak.
He'll start at least 40 games.
If he starts more than 30, 35 games this year, I wouldn't be surprised if he's injured again.
Nah, you got it way too long.
I'm telling you, mate.
Way too long. So how many games? Wait a sec. How many Prem games? Because you got 30 all.
30 to 35 all competitions, so 25 Prem games.
Nah, you're way off.
I think 25. I think 25 is about the right amount for starts in the Premier League. You're telling me we can't do without him for 13 games.
Do you know what? I could
should be able to.
So hold on. You're saying what? You're saying. Let's say there's 8 decent teams in the Premier League, eight proper teams that, like, home and away, you'd want Rodri to start against. That's 16, yeah? And then another 10 games.
10 games, yeah, 10
away
games.
From home.
Eight home games, the rest are just thingy.
Yeah, 8 home games.
Games against Sunderland at home. Sunderland at home and Burnley at home. You don't need to play him.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying.
I agree, yeah, but I'd take a different approach. I'd take an approach where as soon as we go 2-0 up against a team that's not a top 6 team, get him off.
But you know Pep's not going to do that.
But you think Pep Guardiola's not going to start him in 13 Prem games when he's available?
I think honestly, if it was left up to Pep, I think he'd start him in every game until there's nothing left of him. Pep doesn't rest Rodri ever.
He probably won't. But if it was me, I'd start him in around 30 Prem games. I'm looking at about 45. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, I wouldn't even take the guy to the squad. Yeah, I'd just leave him at home. Champions League, Premier League, I'm starting him in the majority of them. However, as soon as we go 2-0 up, I'm taking them off, and we should be able to get through the remainder of the game with the midfielders of Reinders, Gonzalez, Kovacic, Bernardo. And if we can't, then it's embarrassing.
Hold on. What if we can't do that? Why are they here? A few of them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is now we have to prove sooner rather than later that we can cope without him. Because if he's playing 35 games and he's not playing the rest, and we're struggling when he's absent, then we are in trouble. We need to get it early doors and say we can actually play without Rodri. We need life after Rodri. We need to see it now, early. Do
you two think he starts against Wolves?
Not now. He's not been training.
I personally wouldn't. That'd be one of the 8 that I don't start him in. I'd bring him off the bench, give him 20 minutes, and then Spurs send. He has to play the Spurs game. I mean, come on, guys, it's Tottenham Hotspur. We have to. And by the way, they were absolutely dog shit.
Yeah, I saw you say that. Were they really shit?
It could have been 10-0 Bayern Munich, man. They were absolutely defensively, midfield. They were.
What was their squad like? What was their team like? Were they like?
It wasn't like their strongest 11, but it was still a pretty respectable side. One that shouldn't be getting beat 4-0, but could have been 10-0.
I mean, all right, based on that, I know these are all friendlies, but I heard that Arsenal were even worse than Tottenham against Tottenham. Arsenal have been really, really bad. Have you watched any Arsenal games?
I've not actually watched a single Arsenal game.
Neither have I. Highlight reel. It's funny.
Yeah, I've heard they've been really, really, really bad as well.
Yeah, but look, from the flip side, how many times have we been in the pre-season and been absolutely shocking?
Oh yeah, we only beat Preston.
So I wouldn't read too much into it.
I really wouldn't read too much into it. It's tough to take it. Yeah. Jed Spence was fucking shit as well.
Was he? Oh,
yeah. It was one of the goals was his fault. He just got tackled.
I haven't been pushing a Jed Spence agenda at all.
What's this morning? Say it again. What did he stink the place out? Yeah.
One of the goals was literally his fault. He just got tackled. Proper
Stinker.
Hey, I didn't mention him this morning, Poppy. I didn't mention him this morning. I promise.
Did you? I'm sure you did, didn't you?
No. That was yesterday.
Okay, so you're going cold turkey now. So that's
bro. Listen, hey, we ain't getting it right back, so I've just accepted it now. Listen, it was just a case of, you know what? If they really want Jack Grealish, then let's get a right back.
He's not a right back, is he? He's crap.
He is a right back.
He's no better than what we've got.
He's a right back.
Allegedly,
he's average player.
Allegedly,
I'd rather wait a year.
Do you know his agent or something? Is that what it is?
No, he's not Asian. He's
no. So do you know his agent?
But
is he? I don't know, mate. Yeah. All right, come on. He's banged.
I'd rather wait a year and go and get the next hot prospect next.
I'd rather play with 10 men than have Jordan Spence in my team.
Did you just call him John Spence?
Jordan Spence.
His name's Jed Spence. So who the fuck's Jordan Spence?
Whatever, Jed Spence. That's how irrelevant he is in my mind.
No, not for me, man.
What about Grealish? Yeah, well, fuck it. What about Grealish as right back? Can we go on with that?
What about Grealish? What are we saying about him? Where do you reckon he's going, man?
Grealish.
I think the Grealish.
If Tottenham don't move through now, they are stupid. Is there?
Yeah.
I did mention, but when you were on before, Daps, you were saying about why is he not gone yet? If you're a buying club and you're looking to take Grealish, right? First of all, his wages are astronomical, so you're not going to be wanting paying those for as long as you don't have to, right? Yeah. So if you're a team like, let's say, Everton, who are looking to take him on loan and stuff, and you've got to pay a big chunk of his wages, if it was me, I would say, can he come in and do a job straight away? Likely as he's fit. So let him stay at City, play with the best team he can do in training. Let City get him fit, and then we'll take him at the last knockings in the window when we've saved ourselves $500,000 in wages, and just take him in the window and he's ready to go. He's more desperate then. He's wanting to go. City want him out, and you get a better favourable deal rather than saying, right, we'll have him the first game of the season. We'll take his wages in August and train him. Let City train him.
Yeah, and I think He looked sharp in training the other day, by the way. He did look sharp.
He has to, doesn't he? He has to. He's never not looked sharp in training, to be fair.
No. To be fair, you're right. But for me, with Grealish, I think he's definitely going. I think we're probably doing the right thing at the moment. That, like, straight away, Tottenham, it's a no-brainer at Tottenham, right? Son's
Tottenham
gone.
wanted him 8 years ago, didn't they?
Yeah, well, with Maddison out, Son gone, yeah. He can play on the left, he can play through the middle. I think, and same at Everton. I think with what Everton are building at the moment, I think he'd cook at Everton as well. I know he wants to stay in the Northwest, but then I have heard that there's other clubs that are interested that haven't even played their cards yet, because I think a few people are probably holding out the window in hope that they'd get a better deal.
Window when things start to get desperate, he wants to move. City want him gone. Prices come down. Deals are more favourable.
Yeah,
you know, and he won't start the season for City, so then he becomes even more obtainable.
Yeah. And anyone that says, "Oh, I'd like to keep,"
you're on mute,
LB, you're on mute.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's the most obvious last week of the transfer window transfer of all time. Isn't it?
Yeah. It really is. The thing is, and when I see, like, I've seen a few people saying, "Oh, if Jack, if City wanted, like, after he did the Poznan with Pep to Wonderwall, everyone's going, oh, you know what? Him and Pep, he might actually stay." And I was like, anyone that thinks, like, listen, I've defended Grealish for 3-4 years. I love Grealish, right? But the fact of the matter is, him staying would be the most pointless thing in the world. We saw it last season, when we had players injured and he still wasn't getting a look in. He'd put in a good performance in a 10 role and then wouldn't get a look in next game. There's no way and no point in him staying. Like, whether we like him or not, it's time for him to move on, man.
People are just coping hard, and people are like, "Oh, give him a chance as number 10. He'll cook." No, he won't cook. He won't.
I've seen that. Like, it's one of those things. We really do need to shift players. Like, and it's Grealish is one that, for me, is just the most pointless one. There's a lot of players, like, even I'd rather shift a lot of players than Jack Grealish, but I'm not Pep Guardiola, right? And Pep is not going to use it.
At this point, mate, it's not a football. It's a business decision now. It really is.
Yeah.
It just is for the benefit of the bigger business. It's got to go.
Yeah, and straight away, I've seen whenever you say about Grealish in the 10 last season, everyone goes to one game, Juventus away, right? Juventus away, where we were all shit, right? They don't speak on any of the other games he played in the 10 role. In fact, last season, when Grealish played for England in the 10 role, he was good. When he played for City in the 10 role, he was good, except for Juventus away when we were all shit. It's a no-brainer for me that if he goes Everton, if he goes Spurs, he'll be playing in that 10 role, and then I guess there is a chance he could be on.
The thing is, though, the thing is, when it comes to him, is like no other player has ever had as much sort of like, oh, if you just do this, or if you just do this, or if you just do this, or if you just, like, at some point, like, how many players in this team are not playing in their preferred system or in their preferred position? We spoke before about Doku, we spoke about Savio, we spoke about Nunes, we spoke about Zinchenko. Yeah, we spoke about John Stones when he inverted into midfield. We spoke about all these players that have played for Manchester City, not just now, over the last, like, 5, 6, 7, 8 years with Pep Guardiola, who've not played in their preferred system, not played in their preferred format, and they just get on with it and deliver. And people are just constantly looking, oh, try him in the 8, try him in the 10, try him as a left winger with an overlapping fullback. It's like, bro, it's just not worked.
See, this is the thing. When someone came on here and said that I said I would rather Grealish in the 10 to Foden and Cherky, that was Patrick, right? Go back and watch the show. There's no way. And this is the whole thing with Grealish, right? If we're talking the 10 role, would I rather Foden in the 10 role than Grealish? Yes. Would I rather Cherky in the 10 role than Grealish? Yes. Would I mean, Oscar Bob, potentially, maybe. Right,
I'd rather have Gundogan in the 10 role than
Then if you go on to the left, if we're being honest, right, because looking at Grealish's time at City, most of it has been on the left. I think he's played on the right once, so he's never plays on the right. Would I rather Savio on the left than Grealish? Yes. Would I rather Doku on the left than Grealish? Yes. Like, the truth of the matter is, that is where we are now. Would I rather Marmoush on the left than Grealish? Yes. And then it's like, right, okay, what is the point in this guy staying?
His last choice in every position he wants to play in.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
That's why I said play him at right back.
No.
Alano.
Actually, where would you play? Who would you rather on the left, Nunes, or on the left?
On the left wing?
Grealish? Yeah.
Nunes played there last year. Was arguably our best left winger.
He's literally the last choice in every position, Grealish.
Yeah.
There we go. And that's a fact.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
He'd even be our last choice goalkeeper for me.
I mean, there was points last season where I would have had Grealish in the 8 role just for the legs to carry the ball, right? When we had Kovacic injured,
mate. We were desperate.
Yeah, but this is the thing. We were desperate for that, right? Remember, there was a point where we had Rodri out, ball carrier. We had Kovacic out. We hadn't bought Gonzalez at this point, right? Nunes was playing left wing, and Grealish still was not getting a sniff in the 8 role again. So literally, no position that Grealish can play is he getting a sniff. So what? And he's on 300 grand a week.
Exactly, which is why when City fans are like, try him in the 10, it's like, oh fucking hell, man. Listen, let him go. Hopefully he cooks, because then we can sell him next summer and hopefully get a little bit of money out of it. But
shake your hands, do the job for us, and we move on. Simple as that. It's a business deal. No hard feelings, and we just move on, man. It won't be the first. He's not the first. It won't be the last. There'll be someone else next year who will be saying the same thing again.
Oi, Si, can you hear your dog, mate? Go and feed it, you bastard. Oh, that was mental, LB.
What?
The dog.
The dog?
When Si was on the other day, and his dog was literally barking down the whole stream, and he goes, LB, can you hear my dog? It's like, bro.
His dog was me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I do remember that, actually. Yeah.
So, bro, this is why someone clipped that up and sent it to me. He goes to you, can you hear my dog? And you're like, what do you mean, can I hear your fucking dog? Do you know how a microphone works, Si?
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that. All right, then, boys. Anything else from you, lads? And by the way, chat, we're doing a watch-along now. Chelsea versus Bayer Leverkusen's on Channel 5 in the UK, so it's free to watch if you want to watch it in the UK. That's
Ten Hag watch, yeah?
Channel. Ten Hag watch, Chelsea watch, see what they're saying. So we'll go over there in a minute. But yeah, anything else from you, boys?
Bro, do you want to rate my first ever attempt to be an ITK?
Go on.
I've heard Raheem Sterling's going to Fulham.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard that as well. I've heard that from a very, very reliable source. Purely because Chelsea don't want him, and he don't want to leave. He's shagging Raheem Sterling's missus.
No.
Fair enough.
All right, Fez.
There you go. Let's see if it pans out. If it doesn't pan out, then I'm finished.
Yeah,
I'm finished.
Another fucking ITK.
Yeah, that's it. I'll be a real fraud. I'll change my bio to fucking fraud ITK.
Yeah. There we go, chat. That's another one. Fucking hell.
Well, if he comes in, mate, I'm going to retire on 100% success rate, and then there you go. I'll be the greatest and everyone's never known.
Yeah. Funny enough, one of the only times I got information was Grealish, and it was I know someone who played golf with his agent, and he said that and I got told in, I think it was the March of that season, that it was already done and already agreed. So I said it on Extra when I was on there. That's the only time I've ever had that and Juma Bar is the only time I've had ITK news.
Bro, I swear you get ITK news literally during streams.
Nah, I get not transfers.
Rumors.
That rumors or like what's going on behind the scenes or whatever, but not transfers. I don't get anything. I don't get any news transfers.
I got the Haaland one.
And I'm kind of glad as well, because people think ITK is mega, but sometimes actually just ruins it for you. Like Paul was speaking about this on Twitter the other day about finding out from fucking Romano all the time and shit. Sometimes it's nice to just find it.
Go back to the old days, man. Go back to the old days.
When we signed Bernardo and Edison, man, and it was just bang out of nowhere. Do you remember them? When we signed them too, it was just mad, wasn't it?
Oh, dildos outside the Etihad, or. Remember that
exactly,
on transfer deadline day. That's what we need. We need that. And when you're waiting, and the minute the lights go off, it's like, nah, we ain't buying no one.
Yeah,
I would give anything to go back to that breaking news era.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
where you just get breaking news out of nowhere, and City have announced a signing of such and such, when you're like, oh my god, where's that come from?
Bro, if it goes the way it's going, who was it? The West Brom player that drove all the way down to
Peter Rodden-Wingate.
Peter Rodden-Wingate.
See, the prime example is we got to see that. Yeah, it happened recently with Paulinho when he flew to Germany. But because of the modern day, it's not as much of a big deal now, because we didn't get it on our screen with the guy actually outside the training ground in his car waiting.
Honestly, mate, I yearn for those days. These ITKs like Romano and stuff. Get them in a bin. Get them,
bro. I remember, right? The best one for me was 2008. I went to sleep in Malia, yeah, and was celebrating the fact we just brought Sean Wright-Phillips back to Man City. Woke up the next day and was told, "Yo, you've just been bought out by these rich Arabs and you're signing Robinho," right? Like that. Yeah. Imagine that. Things like that don't happen no more. Overnight, couple of hours, and all of a sudden we're signing Robinho and Mega.
That City transfer takeover happened in like the tea time in the afternoon, didn't it? And it was big things going to happen. I was working in a pub at the time, and I was about to shut up shop early on transfer evening. It was like, then the Robinho news started. It's like, this is mad. And you saw him like walking out with a City shirt, shaking him out using hand. It was like, this is madness.
Well, we thought getting Berbatov as well, didn't we? And then
you saw him giving a hand job to Ferguson in the window.
Yeah, and then they did, and then they found. Then obviously they seen him at Trafford. Like, oh no, Berbatov's not going City. He's going. Which I'm kind of glad at. I'm kind of glad.
I think there's fans out there now that don't know anything other than transfers being broken by Romano, and that breaks my heart, man.
Bro, they're like, Cass keeps on the streams. Cass keeps screaming about this guy called Indy. I don't even know who he is.
Oh, KFC.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. Indy and KFC. I swear that's a food outlet and a type of music. I don't know what is going on.
Yeah.
Who is it? Like,
well, it was a bit of a joke sauce, but now people are saying actually it's legit, but I don't know.
Mate, if you throw no shit, some sticks, honestly.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think Marmouche is going to be sick this season.
Yeah. Nah, facts. Right, sweet. We'll leave it there. Big up to you, boy. Big up for joining, boy. Unscheduled are always the best ones. We're going over to second channel, lads. More LB for a watch along. Chelsea versus Bayer Leverkusen. Let's go see what Chelsea are looking like this season, man. The game's on Channel 5 as well. If you're in the UK, it's free to watch it. I'm not sure if you're out of the country where it is, man. But let's go over to more LB. Let's watch Chelsea Leverkusen. Game kicks off in 8 minutes, so we'll be live straight away. Shout out Daps, man. We had a South Stand. Shout out Fullback on Twitter as well, man. And let's go over more LB. Let's go.